There. Can you reach? Well done. Well, these are our new additions to the team. As you can see, they're very friendly. We've got a group of Northern Bald Ibis that have just come to join us at the Trust. As you can see, they're actually living with our other group of ibis, the only ibis species that we've got here, and some of the stars of our Wings of Africa demonstration that we run through the main season. These bald ibis are going to be joining the team, along with the Sacred Ibis, flying in our demonstration along with our yellow-billed kites, blossom and brandy, our white storks, so that we've got this lovely sort of African scene of different birds, different colours, and the way that they all coincide together. They are really friendly. They've only just arrived last week, so they're still settling in at home. In fact, they haven't even all got names yet, actually. We've named 3 of the birds, and this year's theme for naming the birds at the Trust is the Lion King. Mainly for the reason that the new movie's just come out, and it's a bit of a Lion King year. And there's some really cool names, isn't there, associated with Lion King. So we decided to go with that theme. And at the moment we have got Ed, this one here, who's named after one of the hyenas on the Lion King. And then the one with he's got an orange ring, the one with the yellow ring, this one here, hasn't actually got a name at all yet. So this is actually a bird that our group of members are going to get the chance to enter a competition shortly to come up with a selection of names for this bird here. So at the moment this one is simply known as Yellow. That's house name at the moment. Then we've got Ed with the orange ring. This one with the red ring here is called Rafiki. And then this lovely bird up here with the green ring is called Pombo. I know, you really like sitting on people, don't you? As you can see, they can fly. So, you know, they're about 11 to 12 weeks of age. This bird here is a little bit younger. Ed, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give him a little bit of breakfast because we're fairly early in the morning, and they can come in and join in and take a bit of food. Like all of the ibis, they're wading birds, often found hanging around water, but they do become quite urbanised as well, moving into towns and, you know, populated areas. Do get a bit of a reputation sometimes, the ibis species do, for being sort of, you know, garbage chickens. So, you know, they're after any little scraps of food, anything that's a free meal, basically. So although you do find them in very natural areas of Africa, you will find them moving into villages and towns where they'll be great opportunists. So the aim is that, you know, we just try and get everybody really, really friendly. These Sacred Ibis are all part of the team. They've been flying here for about 6 years, it must be now, in our Wings of Africa demonstration, and they're really established members of the team. This bird here, the largest of the 4 Sacred Ibis, is called Sherbet. He's the male. So in this particular family, the males are larger than the females, which is quite the opposite with birds of prey. And then we've got the 3 females here, so they're all part of the demonstration. And then we think, you know, although they're still growing a little bit, we think that we've got 2 of each in this group, 2 males and 2 females. They've got this wonderful little sort of light, that's not very nice, this wonderful little light coloration across the top of their head. And you can see with this bird here, with Tumba, if you don't have a go at her, with him, it's got this lovely little crest of feathering on the back of their head as well. Now they'll change quite dramatically over the next couple of years. As you can see, this bird is boss. You are, aren't you? Look at you. Do you want to get your head in there and start eating some food? They will change quite dramatically over the next couple of years, and they lose a lot of this sort of juvenile feathering across the head, and they go quite bald, a little bit like the Sacred Ibis here, but very brightly coloured across the face, and then they end up with this fantastic elaborate sort of crown of feathering across the back of their head there. So they're actually very vulture-like in their appearance across the head, and then across their feathering, you might even be able to see this in the light, but they've got this wonderful iridescent colour across their feathers, very much like a raven, actually. If you've ever seen a raven up close before, they've got this wonderful mixture of sort of greens and blues and all sorts of different colours, and depending on how the light catches them, you'll see this fantastic pattern. That will become more vibrant the older they get as well. But yeah, they're settling in really well so far. When they first arrived here last week, they were in a separate area, in sort of a little creche area that's attached to the main enclosure, so that we could just make sure that everybody was all right, and they're all starting to get used to us and settling in. And then yesterday was the first time that they came out and met the rest of the ibis. And there's always a little bit of a worry of, you know, is everybody going to get on when we first let them out? But actually our experiences with birds like this, water birds and wading birds, is that they actually accept other birds pretty well. We don't really find an awful lot. You get a little bit of argy-bargy going on when birds are feeding, but a bit like vultures really, but apart from that they tend to get on pretty well together, and we haven't seen any behaviour that we're concerned about. But naturally in the wild they're a very social animal, and in Africa you'll find groups of these water birds, ibis, spoonbill, storks, you know, all those sort of water birds that will congregate in big numbers in some areas. So it's sort of a natural thing for them to stick around together. But as you can see, there's some real group dynamics already. You know, they're all out for each other. The yellow ringed bird here, the nameless bird, hello, is definitely thinking that she's in charge at the moment. But that might change. You know, we tend to find that with these group birds, that you know, the social structure will change as they get a bit older, and they start to establish themselves within the group. So the plan for these birds now is just to get them settled in. We'll start the training process like we do with any of the birds that are going to be flying in the educational demonstrations, and then they'll start to come and join the Wings of Africa show. We may start to get these birds to make a bit of an appearance towards the end of the summer season, but you know, sometimes how long is a bit of string as far as the training process is concerned. So we'll just have to see how that goes. But at the moment, you know, they've arrived, they're really confident, and we're hoping for really good things with them. And they're great. I really like these birds actually, the ibis species. They've got bags of character, and they're a really nice bird to work with.